Good evening, everybody. My name is Brittany Lovelace, and tonight I'm going to be talking to you about the rising poverty rates in the state of New York, specifically the Long Island and New York City area, which is where I currently live. A little background about myself. I was born and raised in the South. I was born and raised in Florida, and when I was 18, I joined the Army, and I met my husband while on active duty. And now we are on a special duty assignment. He's a recruiter based out of Patchogue, New York, which is on Long Island. So this is really hitting home for us because I have never lived in an area where everything is just out of control expensive. So tonight it's very close to home for me and for my family, and I'm sure millions of other people that live on this island and that live in the boroughs of New York City. So I'm just going to jump right in. As of 2015, there are 8.5 million people that are recorded by New York State, and of that 8.5 million, 1.7 of those million people are considered poor, which means that they don't meet the criteria of middle class or even lower middle class. The food stamps have jumped from 19% to over 20% in the last year, which is a significant increase, being that it was supposed to be going down and not up. And in 2008, the New York State created over 130,000 low-paying jobs, which is minimum wage jobs, to help with the recession that hit in 2008. And now they're coming in with the issue of the Push for 15, where people are boycotting going to work or standing and picketing for Push for 15. So now they're facing the consequences of that, being how I don't know if any of you are aware, but McDonald's has unveiled their new kiosk ordering, which I've actually gone to. There's one 5 minutes from my house. It's one of the tester restaurants. So basically you go in the restaurant and you walk up to a kiosk and you pick out what you want to eat, and then they shoot out some buzzer after you pay. You don't speak to a living person. You just pay with your card. You do everything online like with an iPad, and then they give you a buzzer and you go sit at a table and you put your buzzer down, and when your food is ready, somebody will bring it to you. So that is their response to the Push for 15 that was caused by there being no jobs in 2008. So now there's even less jobs for people to get in New York. And that's one of the biggest problems facing the poverty rate, because as they're creating these technological advances to where they don't need human interaction anymore, there's no jobs for anybody to work at. And the next thing that is causing problems for New Yorkers in the poverty rate on Long Island is the school and child care. My daughter's only in pre-K, so I don't necessarily have to worry about schooling or private schools or anything of that nature. But I do know that when she did start pre-K, she only goes for 2 hours a day, because Long Island doesn't provide universal pre-K for a full day. So she only goes 2.5 hours a day, and we still got a school list. And of that school list, there are only 2 items that she could have possibly used on it. They were crayons and pencils. Everything else was school supplies for the teacher or for the school. Now, this is a problem for low-income families or people that suffer from poverty, because I don't understand how they can't afford school supplies. They're all government-funded or state-funded schools, being how we pay state taxes on top of government taxes, so there should be some type of money left over from the taxes that we pay so we don't have to pay for extra school supplies when they do finally go to school. I know I was researching the other day at work. I do know that the George Washington Bridge alone makes over $1.2 million a day in tolls, which to me is ridiculous. I don't feel like if they make that much money, there should be no reason why I have to buy Lillian's school toilet paper. Now, and then the next thing is I work full time. I work 9 to 5:30 every day, and then I drive about an hour to and from work, depending on how bad traffic is. Now, when it comes to childcare on this island, it is beyond ridiculous. I lucked out. I posted online for like a babysitter search on Facebook, and I found a really good nanny, and we pay her roughly $300 a week, and she'll come to my house and stay with my kids all day. But to put them into a daycare for both my children, 10 hours a day, depending on how early Kevin, my husband, has to go to work, or how early I have to go to work, would be over $500 a week, which is $2,000 a month just for daycare. It does not include their lunches, it does not include their snacks, it includes nothing other than a place for them to sit at. So, this being said, the poverty rates on Long Island are ridiculous. It's $2,000 a month for childcare, and I make a decent wage. I think I make $16 an hour, and that, with taxes, state, federal, and all the extra stuff they make you pay, I don't even make $2,000 a month, let alone being able to pay for childcare. So I understand why people can't work, hence why they can't afford to live here, why the poverty rates are so low, because they make it literally impossible for anybody to succeed on this island or in this area. In all honesty, I'm glad that our stay here is coming to an end, because I feel extremely sorry for people that have to stay here, because it's getting more and more expensive every year. We've lived here, this is our 3rd year, and the prices of everything just keep going up, and wages aren't going up with it. They're staying the same or going lower, depending on what they're doing. And it's just very dismal here. But that was my speech, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I can't wait to see the rest of your guys's.